Jawan is a film that's split in two distinct halves, and frankly, two very different experiences. During the first half, we are wondering where did all the connecting tissue disappear. But the second half executes the massy movements with such delight that you are grinning like the Joker himself. Though did the soundtrack really need to reinforce it with such vigor? A serene village on India's border. The peace is disturbed when the Chinese army attacks. The shaman prays to their deity for help, and a figure wrapped in bandages rises, awakened by the echoes of gunfire. As he stands, his shadow grows to tower over even the temple's towering idol. A visual metaphor that screams larger than life, as does the background score. This is how Jawan introduces Shah Rukh Khan, and in this single frame, director Atlee declares his intentions. This isn't just a movie, it's a mythology in making. For the uninitiated, Jawan follows Azad, played by Shah Rukh Khan, a prison officer leading a vigilante group targeting corrupt officials and businessmen. But beneath this Robin Hood tale lies a deeper story of generational sacrifice, political corruption, and a father-son legacy that spans decades. When Azad's path crosses with Narmada, played by Nayanthara, and the ruthless arms dealer Kali, Vijay Sethupathi, the stage is set for a collision course between justice and revenge. The film's first half orchestrates a series of spectacular heists and vigilante missions. Watch as Azad's team infiltrates a metro system. See them orchestrate a bank heist that puts money heists to shame. Marvel as they turn a hospital into a battleground. Yet, these sequences, while breathtaking, feel like pearls without a string, connected more by spectacle than substance. This is classic mass entertainment filmmaking, prioritizing those high-impact moments over storytelling, a style that's gained popularity with South Indian cinema's growing influence on Bollywood. Director Atlee brings his signature style, clearly influenced by the grandiose visuals of Shankar and the emotional weight of Rajamouli's films. However, unlike these influences, Jawan often sacrifices story for spectacle. Traditional Masala cinema, which emerged in the 1970s, carefully built emotional moments towards their payoffs. Jawan instead rushes from one show-stopping sequence to the next. The six vigilantes fighting alongside Azad are perhaps the film's biggest missed opportunity. Each represents crucial social issues like farmer suicide and medical negligence, but they remain frustratingly one-dimensional. Their backstories are reduced to fleeting news clippings, robbing potentially powerful moments of emotional impact. While they spring into action impressively, whether it's Sanjana leading a prison revolt or Iram orchestrating a cyber heist, they never evolve beyond archetypes. The love story between Azad and Narmada feels half-baked as well, a romantic subplot that seems inserted more out of commercial obligation than necessity. Their chemistry sparks occasionally, but never ignites into the flame it could have been. This is where Jawan steps away from the classic Masala cinema, which would typically invest more deeply in these romantic storylines, allowing them to build naturally alongside the action. Cinematographer G.K. Vishnu deserves applause for framing sequences that feel both intimate and epic. The VFX work by Red Chillies sets new standards for Indian cinema, especially in the de-aging sequences and the spectacular prison break scene. However, Anirudh's music is a mixed bag. While Chalaya brings fresh romantic energy, several tracks feel like recycled Rajinikanth scores, lacking the originality the film deserved. The background score sometimes overwhelms rather than enhance key moments. This stands out because music is essential to Masala filmmaking, where songs naturally help develop characters and express emotions. Vijay Sethupathi's Kali is a frustrating case of less is definitely not more. Named after Rajnikant's characters, it creates no other connection to that reference. His brand of menace is chilling. Watch how he casually discusses killing children while eating dinner. But with two SRKs dominating the screen, his role feels frustratingly limited. Deepika Padukone's extended cameo as Aishwarya provides the emotional backbone the film desperately needed. Her sequences bring weight to what could have been just another action spectacle. It's a reminder that Atlee can create a coherent Masala film if he wants to, but he seems to be overcompensating for the so-called TikTok generation and their supposedly limited attention span. Jawan sits at a fascinating crossroad between traditional Masala and modern mass cinema. Its story often buckles under the weight of its ambitions. Character development takes a backseat to spectacle, and the emotional core sometimes gets lost in the hero worship. But as a celebration of cinema's power to move, thrill and provoke thought, its source, where Masala films guide viewers through a full spectrum of emotions, from laughter to tears to amazement, mass films like Jawan focus heavily on creating punchline moments designed for immediate impact. You can see this tension throughout. Moments of genuine emotional depth alongside sequences that exist purely to showcase SRK's larger-than-life hero persona. Yet, there's something undeniably captivating about witnessing a mummified Shah Rukh Khan emerging from smoke like a wraith. The emotional punch of Deepika's sacrifice or the satisfying thump of justice being served to corrupt politicians. Jawan delivers moments that stay with you long after the credits roll. It's not just a film, it's a testament to Bollywood's ability to dream big and deliver bigger, even if some of those dreams remain partially realized. What's your take? Did the spectacular moments make up for the narrative gaps? Was it the metro sequence that had you at the edge of your seat, or perhaps Deepika's emotional flashback that brought tears to your eyes? Let's celebrate this reminder of why Shah Rukh Khan isn't just called the king of Bollywood. He earns that crown with every frame, even in an imperfect film.